to book online today and pick up tomorrow. Highway 51 Exchange.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
From the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Ben Hubbard with this expanded morning newscast. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Ben Hubbard. Morning Show News streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Last week, the Clinton Board of Education approved the promotion of Kara Jensen from curriculum coordinator to assistant superintendent. Jensen told Regional Radio her new job title will allow her to do more within the district.
I mean, it's a great lead-in from the work that I've been doing in Clinton School District for the past 2 years. And I just think now with this partnership that Drew and I have had over the past year, it's a natural lead-in to kind of go deeper into the job responsibilities and the work in the district. I'd say that I think that the job responsibilities that I took on this year, there were more things that Drew was able to share with me and for me to be able to take over in some way. And so I think that was just naturally when Drew stepped into the position of superintendent, being able to form that partnership. So looking forward to next year, I think that will be a continuation of some of that. But I think about director of teaching and learning as kind of usually those positions are a silo, right? Like you are working just within that realm. And this year I've been able to really kind of get into a lot of different areas. And so moving that forward next year just made sense. And I think, again, that partnership that Drew and I have, we're able to kind of work seamlessly in that way. Even this year, working with our director of special education, Carrie Veldman, partnering her with special education, I've done some work even with administrative assistants, looking at our staffing with paraprofessionals. And so that necessarily wouldn't be something I would have done, be given a traditional role of a director of teaching and learning, but that continues into next year and be able to kind of spread and go deeper now. But even when that designation, so let's say Drew is out of the district or Drew, there is some sort of situation, that natural designation of someone then being able to assist in different situations that Drew would need to handle if he were here. So I think it is again, a natural role, not necessarily looking to fill anything else in the unit office. We're not, adding any positions per se, just kind of moving this into that next role.
Superintendent Drew Goebel credits Jensen for complimenting the things he does well and believes she has a great value added to the district from a curriculum standpoint.
We make such a good team. Her knowledge of curriculum and instruction and professional development, she is way better at than I am. And I think any good leader needs to understand your strengths and then where someone else can help you. And she brings all that to Clinton, and so much of my position is dealing with finances and bonds and, if we're going to buy school buses or the facility projects or insurance. I kind of joke around with my kids that my job is a lot of the running the business of a school district and the finances. And I work closely with our bookkeeper and payroll and all the other things that need to get done to make a school district happen. The position of the curriculum director or the teaching and learning, I wanted that position even going back to my days when I was at the junior high, because a principal is running around. They're dealing with so many different things. It's difficult to analyze the data, like student achievement data and all the other things that go into running a school. To have that support that Kara brings to the district is such an important position, and she does a fantastic job. And like I said at the board meeting, we make such a good team. I think it makes perfect sense. She was on the negotiation team and helped out there. So she goes beyond teaching and learning, and that was her title was director of teaching and learning, and she does so much more of that. And like she added the assistant superintendent title definitely fits what she does.
Jensen credits the good things going on in the district from a curriculum and achievement standpoint to the educators, and she is thankful for the positive relationships in the buildings.
I mean, one of the first things I would spotlight is really our educators, because the reason I'm going to say that is because whatever I bring into the district would not be successful if we didn't have a strong group of educators and administrators. And so that I have seen over the past 2 years, I say all the time, we have made so many changes to what we already were doing as strong, but without strong educators and principals to lead that out, my role would not be successful. But some of the things that they have taken on is, yes, really kind of looking at student achievement data in order to move their instruction forward. I think a lot of that is based in relationships that have been built over the past 2 years. You know, being new to a small community, you really want to, in some ways, prove that you believe in the community and the work that we do. And so that was this past 2 years of really making sure to, instill in everyone that the Clinton Community School District is my home as well, whether I live here as a resident or not. And so that I'm really proud of in the work that's been done over the past 2 years.
Jensen points out that even this summer, teachers are going the extra mile for professional development and other initiatives to improve the learning environment for the next school year. She looks forward to many more positive things to come in the years ahead. Prairie Flats Solar Farm has submitted its application to DeWitt County and is ready to begin the process of seeking approval for a special use permit. At the June DeWitt County Board meeting, Elizabeth Weichel, County Zoning Administrator, told the board they have 60 days upon receipt of the SUP fee to conduct the hearings for the application.
Prairie Flats reached out to me. They have already submitted their final application. I'm just waiting for the check to come in. I should ideally have it Friday, which is going to start our 60-day calendar. So Dee and I sat down, put together some dates, and then we have run them back by Prairie Flats Solar to figure out what worked for them. And then I know Markwell had some dates as well because we need him there as well. And it looks like that the date that came out the best is going to be Tuesday, August 12th, if that works for everyone. I was going to leave that up to you guys. I assume the evening some point.
Board Chair Joe Whitty indicates the full board will hear the testimony from the developer and the public during this process, eliminating the need to send it to the Regional Planning Commission and the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Can we discuss how this is going to work? The only experience I have with these things is the ZBA hearings for the wind farm. There was a moderator, there was an attorney, there was testimony, there was cross-examination, there was all that stuff. Is this going to be similar?
I can tell you what I think, Mr. Marco, you can me up. I think obviously it's not going to go through the 3 steps. The RPC and the ZBA will not hear this. It would come directly to us. For the first time, we would hear all testimony. We would have a court reporter. I thought the applicant would present their application and their case. I suspect that we would still allow for cross-examination. And then anybody who wanted to speak in opposition would be given time just like they would in a ZBA hearing, cross-examination as well.
State's Attorney Dan Markwell will serve as the mediator of the hearing.
I just remember the lawyer for the applicant during the wind farm thing was extremely aggressive towards people that were giving testimony. Is it going to be like that? Is there going to be a similar situation?
So if I remember, the applicant had their legal counsel. Some residents had sought their independent counsel, and then the county, the ZBA, had somebody hired to represent the county. I think, Mr. Markwell, you would fill that role for the county board. Is that correct?
Right. They requested somebody to basically facilitate the meeting. So yeah, I brought in an attorney to do that.
My question is,
Prairie Flats and their representation have limited ability in the 60-day window to have hearings. Weichel indicates it was tough to settle on a date, but Whitty says there are exemptions to make sure the hearings are able to be completed outside the 60-day window. Markwell offered his recommendation on how to conduct the hearing. Given this will be the first time the full board hears the presentation and testimony rather than the process of the application going through the ZBA and the RPC. The board set August 12th as the first night of the hearings. Weichel anticipates multiple applications coming very soon to the county for more solar development. Now for your local obituaries. Dorothy I. Rich, 85 of Waynesville, Illinois, passed away at 8:10 June 23rd at Goldwater Care in Clinton. Graveside services will be 2 p.m. Monday, June 30th at Evergreen Cemetery in Waynesville. Get news anytime from your computer or your mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
AgriTalk is the radio talk show for American agriculture. Hi, everybody. I'm Chip Flory, your host. We join you weekday mornings from 10 until 11 on WHOW, on AM and FM, and on the WHOW streams. We provide farmers and ranchers with timely insights and information aimed at improving their operations. Join me, Chip Flory, weekdays at 10:06 on Central Illinois Ag Station, WHOW.
Breathing problems can affect every aspect of your life. Breathe easier with Gibson Area Hospital Pulmonology Clinic and Dr. Ismail Bobat, now providing pulmonology health services to DeWitt County at Warner Hospital in Clinton. Dr. Bobat is an expert at identifying and treating pulmonology health conditions. Get the right diagnosis and treatment for your breathing problem with an experienced pulmonologist. For healthier breathing, book an appointment in Clinton today. Call 217-784-2212.
WHOW is Central Illinois' ag station, and that includes providing farmers information on how the commodity markets close each day and week. I'm Todd Gleason from Illinois Public Media, University of Illinois Extension, inviting you to hear the daily closing market report weekday afternoons at 5:06, and on Saturdays, tune in for Commodity Week with a review of the week's markets at 8:30 in the morning, all on WHOW, AM, FM, and streamed online.
DeWittDailyNews.com is the area's leading local news source 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the latest local news, obituaries, police blotter, weather forecast, and more with no paywall. Head to DeWittDailyNews.com to get the local information you need to know.
Netflix buffering, YouTube spinning, devices not connecting, Zoom calls dropping. Ugh, it's frustrating. Let's end your frustration by signing up for fiber internet in Clinton. Click the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
With SRN Sports, I'm George Williams. Major League Baseball action yesterday. The two top teams in baseball were winners. Tigers with a 3-0 shutout over the Twins. Dodgers down the Royals 5-1. With a couple of weeks toward the All-Star break, both of those teams are 53-32. The winning percentage at .624. In other action, it was the top teams in the AL West and NL Central matching up, and the Astros took the rubber game of the weekend series with a 2-0 shutout over the